People often avoid showing their sources of income in their income tax return or tend to show less income to reduce their tax burden. But they do not realize that income tax department might already have idea about your financial transactions. In this video, I am going to discuss what income tax department already knows about you so that you can make informed decision and avoid notice from income tax department in future. Let's get started. Hello and welcome back guys, my name is Gourav Jashnani and I am back with another useful video on income tax. In the last few years, many people in my known circle had received notices from income tax department demanding an explanation on specific transactions. For instance, Mr. Neeraj, who helped his friend by lending his credit card for wedding shopping, received a notice because the total spending on his card had exceeded Rs 2 lakh in a year. Mr. Rahul also received a notice asking to explain the sources of funds for mutual fund investments. Now the big question is how the income tax department came to know about these transactions. The income tax department's greatest weapon is your PAN card, that is your permanent account number. Whenever you make a high value transaction, you have to report your PAN number. You deal with banks, NBFCs, registrar of properties, mutual fund companies and credit card companies while making high value transactions. Information on high value transactions are fed by these companies to the income tax department in the form of annual information report, also known as AIR. After that, it is not too difficult for the income tax department to track financial transactions. Now let's understand what is annual information return or AIR. To monitor transactions of high values, the income tax law has now framed a concept of annual information return or AIR. To put in simple words, tax department is now trying to catch tax evaders by their expenses and investments. This will help income tax officials to collect information on high value transaction of individual undertaken in a particular year. Now let's have a look on some transaction reported under annual information report. Cash deposits in saving bank account. Bank will have to report cash deposits aggregating Rs 10 lakh or more in a financial year in one or more saving accounts of a person. Deposits in current accounts. Cash deposits or withdrawals aggregating to Rs 50 lakh or more in a financial year in current account of a person will have to be reported by the bank to the income tax authorities. Cash deposits during 9th November to 30th December. This is the most recent change made by income tax department after demonetization. If you remember the dates, 9th November to 30th December is the time period which government had allowed for depositing old currencies into the bank. Government has all the information about money deposited by each and every person during this period. The limit of cash deposits during this period was 2.5 lakh or more in one or more saving account of a person and 12.5 lakh or more in one or more current account of a person. If anyone has deposited Rs 2.5 lakh or more in saving bank account or Rs 12.5 lakh or more in a current bank account during this period, it has been reported to the income tax department by the respective bank. The next is transaction of immovable properties. The registrar of properties will have to report purchase and sale of all immovable properties exceeding Rs 30 lakhs to the income tax authorities. If anyone is buying or selling any immovable property exceeding 30 lakh, it gets reported to income tax department. If you buy any mutual fund units worth more than Rs 2 lakh, mutual fund company has to report it to the income tax department. If you buy any share worth more than Rs 1 lakh of any company, that company is bound to report this transaction to the income tax department in the form of AIR. Credit card company has to report it to the income tax department if total spending exceed Rs 2 lakh in a year. Now the next question is how the income tax department catch the tax evaders. It's very simple. You file your income tax returns. The income tax department knows your income. The income tax department also knows all the high value transactions. Now all the income department has to do is compare your overall income with your expenses and investment. The income tax department can now assess your correct income tax liability. There is major mismatch between income and expenses of any person. He is likely to get notice from income tax department. How to check if your high value transactions are reported to income tax department? For this you have to check your form 26As. You can find your high value transactions details under part E of your form 26AS. There is AIR section in form 26AS where you can get this information. There are certain transactions which are not reported under annual information return, but where you need to provide your PAN number for opening a bank account, for opening a demat account, at the time of applying credit card, making fixed deposit more than rupees 50,000, at the time of purchasing 4-wheeler. PAN is mandatory for making any purchase of goods and services of more than rupees 2 lakh. This is recent change made by government in June 2016. At the time of paying rupees 50,000 or more towards restaurant or hotel bill, you have to provide your PAN card for a foreign trip. You also need to provide your PAN card if you deposit rupees 50,000 or more in a bank account in a single day. In nutshell, tax department has all the information about your major expenses and investments. I hope you are now aware of transactions which are reported to income tax department. You need not to worry in case you have appropriate explanation of the transactions, but awareness of the rules may help you in avoiding some of them which may cause unnecessary trouble in the form of notice from income tax department. Let me clarify that this video is not meant for intentional tax evaders. My sole purpose for making this video is just to help innocent taxpayers who get into trouble due to lack of knowledge. In my next video, I am going to cover some common mistakes people make while filing income tax returns. Please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated with more videos like this. Thanks very much for watching this video, and please hit like button if you find this video helpful. If you have any queries or suggestions, then drop in your comments in the comments box below. Please hit red subscribe button at the bottom of this video. That's all I have for you today. This is Gourav Jashnani signing off. See you soon in my next video.